This is an aside on doing live streams, YouTube live streams in real time. So if you have more than one browser that's active, the last browser you had been using becomes the browser used for Zoom. So when you open things up, that last will become the first chosen. So that's why this is in Opera, because I'd been using Opera for personal items, and the so that raises another question about LastPass. I think this LastPass was for my personal LastPass account, so I need to check to make sure I don't have a university login inserted in here. I may have put it in there for convenience, but I should take it out if that's the case. Once you've gotten the YouTube live item going, I'm going to subscribe to myself. Once you've gotten it going, you can shut that window down so you don't hear that echo. And now that that's running correctly and successfully, I'm going to minimize this and continue. So I'm using Momentum software to stay on track, and I like it a lot because it does integrate well with your other to-do systems. And this one is from my Google to-do. So on capital encumbrance, I've got, again, it does well with incorporating your Google and other to-do systems. Anyway, I'm making my report promptable, and I'm starting that now. And this uses the Pomodoro timer, so it will time me as I go through this. And when I pass 16 minutes, it'll come up with a short break. And I'm using that to remind myself to ask questions about what I'm doing. So after 16 minutes, if I haven't been successful, or if I'm not making progress, I know to ask myself more questions, maybe seek help. So making it promptable. Now we're going to UAT, logging in here, and I've just changed my UAT login. Okay. Fix that later. So I'm doing single sign-on for Tririga testing, but I'm actually going to Webby, so I'm going to go to these other drop down system fields. There we go. So going to test. And again, I have to log in again. There's actually three things. The changing one of the query prompts to reside in the actual data access filter, query filter, changing the section to use auto column fit. And the third item was to make it promptable and then test that whole mix. So here we go. So I'm in the report. And this is not prompting, so I'm changing that on the document summary. Change to refresh on open. Okay. Oh, I'm not in design mode. Duh. There we go. Now, edit. Ah, refresh on open. And then Swati reminded me that Webby is a little lax in this. Even though you've made that change, it hasn't saved it. And if you were to exit at this point, or the system was to go down, you'd lose this change. So it's important to save. The other thing I want to do is take off draft. So now Swati's the author. Interesting. Just go into my documents just to make sure I'm opening up the right one. These are public. How about to my documents? Okay. Let's see. Let's test this now. So if this is the same report, I should be seeing a change to the document refresh and open, which I'm not. So I was making changes to the wrong report. I'm going to shut that, put that back. Do an edit. and save that. So it's the same as when I first entered Webby, and I'm going to shut this down. And now I'm in my copy. This also says Marathi open. Okay. How can that be? Because I opened it from my documents. Maybe she started the original report for me and sent it to me. I bet that's what it was. Well, I'm going to just make double sure. So I'm going to shut this down. I'm in my favorites, my documents, my favorites, training MTV. Okay, so that was from my class last week. This is stuff I've been working on. So open. Switch to design mode. And this looks correct now because I remember seeing draft on the copy that I was looking at first. So edit, refresh on open, save, test, and Swati was saying you can test right from here. Okay. So this gets moved to the actual data access filter rather than having it reside in the prompts. So, and again, I'm curious if it did save this. I'm going to test, shut it down, reopen it. And now it should prompt me. And it looks like it's going to do so. Yep. Good. So that's working. And now I'm going to cancel, go back to data. And there's this new button, user prompt input. That's what Swati was saying. So you can stay in this tight loop if you're testing over and over again and want to do the same last values tested. Just hit this button. Okay, so now to design. We're going to change this section to be set auto length to the column width. Biggest column width possible. So right click. No, that's not it. I am in design mode, right? Yes, I am in design mode. So was it, again, these properties? The pencil, that's the structure. So this gives you kind of like the BERT outline view. And what I want to do is adjust the section. In this case, this is the name of the report. This is the name of the section. Appropriation unit is the name of the section. Edit section. Okay. Format cell. Auto fit width to content. There we go. Now that's changed. What's this? That's the report name? So this section. I think I changed the wrong thing. So that's capital appropriation. So I changed the title in the page header. This is what I wanted to change right here. Edit section, format section, appearance. So there's not auto fit the section. So you have to select the items within the section. There we have it. And format cells, auto fit. And these might have some usefulness to tighten up a report if it's showing a lot of blank space or too much header space above the details. So that is done. And now since it's design empty and we don't have any data, it shrank it to nothing. Now if I hit the input, it's going to prompt me value for appropriation unit. Well, that's interesting. This is when you're in a tight loop for a set of values. This is what actually runs it. So refresh the list. Heaper for, should this be sorted? Does it sort this by default? Just curious. So back to the design view. That's the pencil. Excuse me, the outline view. And where are the prompts here? Available objects. So I'm fishing for the prompts again. There we go. So at this point, there's the values. But you see they're unsorted. How do we sort them? Or should we? If I just click on it, will it sort? Oh, it will. Ha, never mind. No data to retrieve for 2014. Can do it again. And now we should be able to run this and it'll do 2014 again. Yes? Nope. Have to hit that. Interesting. How about 2022 R&R? Again, nothing. So what's different about this? Maybe because we don't have the heaper status and the bonds in the query filter itself. So actually, I want to change the order. Well, I've already corrected this, but now we need to switch to moving the unit, that filter by funding source type, from here to the actual data query. So data access, data objects, edit. And here, values from list. Oh, this is a sweet tool. Heaper. And state bonds. Now it's in the query itself. So I wonder if it's going to apply all of this filter to our prompting. So when it displays what's available to us, it'll only show what's available for those prompts. So I just did the apply filter here. Now I'm going to try running this. Well, first I should get rid of, it got rid of the other prompt automatically. How interesting. I did not even have to do that. What a sweet tool. I like it. Run. Now it should have prompted me, should it not? Let's take a look at the document summary here. Yeah, refresh on open is all, so it's only on open. So now if I was to shut this down, which I'm going to do, first I'm going to save it. And then close it. And then run this again. Now it should prompt me. And it does. Yay. So appropriation unit. Oh, that's interesting. So they still are in here. I wonder if it makes a difference in your query filter itself, whether you need to move it up or down. Because it wasn't finding anything for these R and Rs. Let's try 2023. This would be for all appropriation units. No data to retrieve. That doesn't sound right. How about 2022? There might not be anything for 2023. So, and again, this would just rerun. That's the run button that Swati was talking about. Oh, now we got some data. Is this defaulting to everything though? No, page 1 of 2. So it did 2014. Huh. So I'd like to know more about the code cycle for BI, knowing what it does up front and what it waits on. But as far as my to-do list goes, make it promptable, move heaper, bond, parm query filter, test. I think we've succeeded. So I'm going to say we're done. And well, not quite yet. I'm going to pass it. Last task. I thought I had autofocus on. Oh, and I thought I changed these. So okay. Set to focus. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to save this, shut it down. Send to Swati. User list. Okay, so that's our users. So that's how I would send it to Tara. Oh, title. Here we go. Well, that must be the only one out there. Oh, that's interesting. Let's do this again. Send BI inbox. Ah, user list. Group list. Okay. Folders. So I sent it to administrator. Go back to documents. And I send, that's the only thing I could have done is send it to the administrator. I could do that to the VI SWAT test if I type in SWAT. There's SWAT test. So now back here to chat. So is that where I still am? Yep. So I think we're done there. I'm gonna color it done for now. I'm not gonna say pause. I'm gonna say send to Swati. Oh, now I will say pause. And I gotta pick my next item to do. And that would be view. Oh, there's turn on autofocus. And these are personal items I want to do. Just distraction, health items. Wonder if I can edit these. Edit. There we go. Just the music. Write it out. Talk to a friend. Walk. So that now so I wonder if I can add I don't think I can create new categories here, or can I? Yeah, I can. There we go. And I'm going to move these down below here. Ah, no, you can't move them here. So there's a certain amount of editing you can do, but a certain amount has to be done back at the Google task level. So let me do that. So stay open on new tab and other usages. Yes. Disconnect. Now it should be in my Google Tasks. If I go to my tab here and refresh this, those are my tasks. Let's go look at Riga. There we go. So no, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. What I really wanted to do is move this. Move this. Personal, I want to take down to here. And indent it. Oh, that works. Walk. Write it out. So I'm going to take this down here. There we go. Now, write it out, goes below personal. Indent. So can I indent this? Drop it right on the item. Oh, I better stop my live stream. I've moved on.